Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I've got the Shirogorov Lee Williams collaboration 110KS here with me for a review. And we're going to analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this guy. But first of all, let's just do a quick size comparison to see how big this guy is. Because, guys, this is not a small knife. For example, this is the Custom Knife Factory's Rasenti collaboration Snafu 2.0, and it's by any means not a small knife. For example, this is also from Shirogorov, another high-end one. This is the Quantum, so check this out. For example, something also from Shirogorov, this is the Neon R20, and it's kind of like being dwarfed by the 110. Another example of a higher-end knife, this is the Holt Bladeworks Spectre. Look at that. Again, it's a huge beast. And just to show you something a little bit more popular, you got right over here the Spyderco Para 3, and right over here you have the Paramilitary 2. So check this out. This is not a small knife. Also another high-end one we have here. Yeah, the Arius from Koenig Knives. Look at this. This is a beast, guys. It's beautiful. So this is a fantastic one, guys. It's pretty rare. It's a limited edition. It's made in Russia by Shirogorov and in collaboration with Lee Williams. So this is a beautiful knife. It's very expensive. It's in the range above $2,000. It's issued in 3 colors, blue, brown, and gray. Blue and brown have this satin accent, anodized clip screws, pivot collar, and backspacer, as well as the brown one. The gray one has just stonewash finished, and it's, I mean, as much as beautiful as this one, but the blue, I think it has that classy touch, a little bit more classy, I mean. So this is made in Russia. It's really expensive. You need to access a lottery in order to for you to be able to purchase this guy, and it's incredible. So we were saying it's not a small knife. Overall size of this guy is 9.84 inches when open, so not a small one. The handle itself is 5.5 inch long. The scales, I mean, just for a moment, just check out the level of the milling on these scales. It's phenomenal. Check these 5 milled out balls going on right here. The chamfering that is going on all around the edge. These pinstripes pattern, like extremely fine detail. Guys, this takes some time. And overall, you can see pure perfection, pure class in machining titanium, guys. Really, really fantastic. These scales are skeletonized on the inside quite heavily in order to reduce weight. Even the lock bar has been skeletonized. Look at this, for example. This is the milling of the lock bar release cut. And it's done like externally with these 5 grooves which are intersecting and extending over onto the handle. It's a beautiful touch, guys. Really, really nicely done. It's great. I mean, the chamfering is going on the inside as well. They milled out the balls also on the inside, guys. Like, check this out. I mean, for example, just a little detail. Check out this ball right over here, these 3, which are just around the stainless steel insert for the lock bar. Look at this. How precise is that? Just fantastic. So Also, there's something really interesting and kind of like unique about this guy, and it's the flipper tab. Yes, because as you can notice, the flipper tab is pretty high up here. It's not at the same height of the pivot, because, for example, if you take another flipper like this guy, you see the flipper tab has a geometry which is usually at the same height of the pivot. Let's take another one. This has a little bit higher flipper tab, not by much, but this is incredible because it has a different mechanism. This is the Kickstop flipper tab, and it's basically, look at this. You see? It doesn't move. So this is an independent piece. You see, it's hinged right over here. There's a pin, like an internal pin. I don't know if you can see it, maybe like here. But this is the tang of the blade, which makes contact with this flipper tab, which is floating. It's independent by the blade. And you push this guy like this in order to deploy the blade. And then the flipper tab, it's just going to stop right here. And the blade is going to keep running and to the open position. All right, so, and then when you go back, it's just gonna catch it and expose the flipper tab for you to flip the knife open. So in this movement, in this way, they're gonna hide basically the flipper tab, which is not gonna stick out from this side. It's gonna be there, and when you retract the blade, boom, it catches and exposes the flipper tab right there, which is jimped in a beautiful way, nicely chamfered, beautifully contoured right over here. It's just fantastic. We're going to see in the action later a little bit more on that. But for example, check it out. Here you see the number of the limited edition. You can see on this side, right over here, that's the roller bearing symbol right over there. And I mean, guys, just for example, just have a look at this backspacer right over here. This is a 3D milled blue anodized and satin finished titanium backspacer with a lanyard hole integrated in it. It's a centering backspacer. Look at this. Guys, it is fantastic or not? Yes, it is. It's just beautiful. Fantastically designed. We said lock relief, beautifully designed, stainless steel insert, fantastic. Just, guys, this is on another level. It makes look like the Quantum some kind of like, not a peasant knife because it's extremely expensive and extremely well made, but this is on a different level. And in fact, it's over twice the price of that guy. You also have these pretty nice and flush screws. They are proprietary, it's custom screws. You need like a special bit in order for you to be able to disassemble this guy because, yeah, check this out. These are custom and you need a special tool. So it's not ideal if you want to maintain the knife by yourself, but that's the price you need to pay to own this beauty right over here. The clip is very, very nicely done. The spring tension is not too much, is the right amount, and it's resting on a pocket. I don't know if you can see right here. See, it's a deep. There's a little bit of a pocket right over here in order for you to facilitate the action when sliding this guy into your pocket. So really nice. You cannot really move the clip anywhere. It's just tip up carry only, and it's just gonna stay there. The blade of this guy is, guys, phenomenally finished. There is beautifully polished flats and stone-washed blade, which is incredibly done. It's a very, very fine medium they're using to do this because it looks like almost it's vapor blasted. This is a 4.33 inch long S90V steel. Incredible steel. It's beautifully, look at the design, very slim drop point going on. It's flat grind. You have basically 30% of belly and then straight edge up to the sharpening choil, which is done, like, look at the plunge grind that Shirogorov is doing, exposing this bit, and check how thin behind the edge this guy is. It's a pretty good slicer. Stock thickness is not too thin and not too thick. It's perfect. There's a beautiful long swedge going from the end of the jimping right here, right to the top of, to the tip of the knife. Beautifully done, guys. The jimping is not like extremely effective because it's almost flush, sits like the same height of the handle, and it's not really effective. It's nice, it feels good, but it's kind of a little bit of on the slippery side. Also, I mean, the crowning, it's done beautifully on this blade, just fantastic. I really like how the profile of the blade follows this handle over here, and how the flipper tab is just perfectly contoured and minimally exposed right over here. And also you even have like a cut out, like a milled out area for your thumb, for your fingertip to slide in, like, you know, when you open like that in this area, so it's not hurting your finger in any way. Just incredibly done, guys. Also, what I really appreciate is this very deep engraving. It's not like a laser etched mark. This is deeply engraved. You can feel it. It's like a 3D kind of billboarding, which I honestly don't mind. I mean, it's a little bit too much, but this side, oh boy, it's beautiful. So let's check out the sound this guy makes, because it's quite unique. This is when you open the 110KS. It's like there's a lot going on. It's like deploying, I don't know, like a kind of robot kind of thing, because like that, it's you see, you hear that this guy, it's making a different noise because it's detached, it's independent by the blade. So there's a mechanism like here, you see, that when it goes down, it hits like a stop pin internally, and then you have the blade hitting the same chunk right over here. So beautiful. When you close it, it's just pure class, guys. Beautiful, nice clank, and nice click right over here. Very nice sound, guys. The weight of this guy is 5.2 ounces, so it's not too bad. Consider the size and you know, the how much they are packing in this handle right over here. 5.2 ounces is not too bad. In fact, it's heavily skeletonized on the inside. You have zero hot spots going on, zero sharp edges, very small amount of jimping here. This is a little bit more functional than this one in order for you to disengage the lock bar, but still not really any aggressive jimping going on. Reverse grip, fantastic. There's plenty of room in this handle right over here. Feels extremely solid in the hand, guys. The texture adds some grippiness to it. Fit and finish is on another planet, guys. It's truly making me think that I mean production Shirogorov, it's on another level, but the custom division, what these guys are doing with the fit and finish right over here, it's just perfection, I have to say. So beautiful. The clip ramp is nicely done. I would have liked maybe a little bit more ramp over here. Clip retention is pretty good. Deployment speed, it's very fast. You need to understand how to deploy this one because it's a new mechanism and requires a little bit of a learning curve because of the geometry of this flipper tab. You cannot do a push button mechanism to open to deploy this blade. You just need to do like a light switch like this and pulling in this direction. That's why this jimping is really functional, and that's the movement you want to do it. Otherwise you're gonna feel a lot of fingertip sore, but if you nail down the correct movement, you have no problem whatsoever. Extremely smooth, guys. This is running on roller bearings. It's not regular ball bearings, because it's on another level. So S90V, pivot color, accent, anodization, roller bearings are all features reserved to the custom division knives from Shirogorov. D10 strength on this one, it's pretty strong, and like as you just saw, if you push a little bit too much on the lock bar, you're gonna apply too much pressure on this side of the blade, and then you're gonna require more force to deploy the blade. So for example, for a lefty, this is perfect, because you see there's no way you can use all this side, and there's no way you're gonna be able to push the lock bar too much in order for you to not be able to deploy the blade. So very, very nice. So just you need to know how to use the geometry of this flipper tab. Also, this is running on roller bearings, as we said. So you see the action when you disengage the lock bar is just like guillotine effect. It's just like free falling like that, you see? But then you just need a little wiggle for the blade to go in the closed position, you see, like that, and just a little wiggle, and the blade just glides smoothly into the closed position. So very, very interesting action. It's not a guillotine effect right over here. There's a pretty nice and long detent ball ramp, which starts from here, which is kind of unusual because it's a very, very odd angle. For example, any other knife, almost any other knife, like this is where the detent ball hits the tang of the blade, for example. This is, look at this. This is pretty different. Let's check another Shirogorov, for example. Look at this. This is the angle with which usually, these two guys, the detent ball hits the tang of the blade. Check this out. This is very, very late, and means that you need to be careful because from here you're gonna hit the detent ball ramp, and then it goes up, and then it just closes. So just a little detail I thought to mention to you guys, because this is truly. I mean, just look at this screw from the inside. How nicely done is made. They're flexing. They're showing off right over here, guys. I'm telling you, beautifully, beautifully done overall. Fantastic knife, guys. It's the Shirogorov 110KS. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned.